Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a collective reading. So know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I will look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing. What is the whole spiritual significance? Very important when you're dealing with a person that wears masks, creates facades, illusions. Those people trigger us. They're meant to trigger us. The universe brings us what we need to help restore our energy back to its original state, which is just unconditional love. But the shadows are what creates the blockages. So we wouldn't know what they were unless, experiences played out as karmic themes. All right, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find it in the description box. Like, share, and subscribe. If you resonate, it's good karma. All right, let's jump in and see what is going on with your person. Let's look at the underlying energy. Well, maybe not your person. Maybe you are dictating and not even realizing that you're dictating the energy that's happening in your connection. Reactive. Well, I feel as if someone's going to come towards you very soon. And the reason why is because it's almost like you guys have been in this Mexican standstill in separation. And I feel like your person wanted to, trigger you, but you're not even thinking about them. You're not even thinking about them. Yeah, so I believe that this person is you're triggering this person. And the irony is that they did whatever they did to trigger you. So they're reactive, and I do feel like they're going to come towards you. But we want to know why. Why? Why all of a sudden are they going to come towards you? Let's see. I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. I feel like your person was just didn't really want to be transparent, really didn't want to get into a serious type relationship. But I think it's because they had a lot of unhealed wounds. And then this connection, it's like in during the separation, they've realized that they know that this is more than a relationship and that there is a higher purpose to the connection. And they know that not because they're a spiritual person, but because they've tried to walk away, they've tried to replace you, they've tried, and you've triggered them. You triggered them a lot, and it's like they can't walk away. They're like, there's a meaning to this. There has to be. They watch you on social media, and the internet is their way of staying close and finding out more about you. So again, this person has a very hard time being transparent. I feel like during separation, this person has watched you for so long on the internet that they think that they know who you are. I feel like they watched you to see whether or not you were talking to anyone. They were trying to find out any information on you, like bad information, because this person really didn't want to be in a connection. And I just feel like that they, you know, kept watching and watching and looking for anything negative that would like solidify their belief, their want, because their want was, I don't want to get into a relationship. And what happened is they wound up growing strong feelings for you because they were watching you on the internet. What they saw is that you're really a genuine person, that, you know, you didn't just say, you didn't just say one thing and then do another. Like you're not like all the rest. And that's why this person feels like they don't deserve your love. They're worried that you'll leave them when you really see who they are. And that's what the problem is. It's like they didn't want to be transparent. They didn't want to really be open to a relationship because they have abandonment issues and they have fragmented pieces where they don't like themselves. That's what shadows are. That's what spiritual blocks are. So they're assuming that you're going to act the way that everyone else acts. Again, I don't feel deserving and it's affecting my level of abundance and openness. And that's That's the issue. However, this person is still being triggered. So let's see, what are they going to do with, again, because we see reactive. The reactive is that they're going to do something, or we can see what they're doing now. So, what are they doing now? Well, it's triggering their fear. And it's triggering their fear because they know that they didn't treat you well and they never asked for forgiveness. They decided to keep the connection in a place of imbalance and tried to trigger you by making you jealous, by talking to other people. This person projected a lot of their wounds onto you. I feel like, again, they wanted you to conform. There's a part of this person that's extremely paranoid when it comes to people knowing a lot about them because they have had people use, personal stuff against them. So they don't really like to be transparent and they don't really like to be in a relationship for that reason. This person has experienced betrayal a lot, so they like to create illusions because of this, again, betrayal. And the betrayal didn't just start in a relationship, there's inner child wounds. So when you first met this person, it's like you wanted a relationship, you wanted things a certain way, and that kind of intimidated this person because they were in their old habits. So now they're impatient because what they're realizing is you're not going to come back. They acted almost like my way or the highway. And what they're seeing is that you're not coming back. So that's what's triggering them. And that's why they're saying that have unwittingly sabotaged their connection. They didn't think that that was going to happen. This person thought that you were going to cave in. So they get emotional when they think of you. And this person put unnecessary obstacles in in between the connection, like between you and them, and now they feel lost without you. They don't want you to give up on them because they still have passion and desire. They're just hoping that you don't think that you saw them through rose-colored glasses, that you can forgive them. You're the first thing on their mind when they wake up in the morning. So there's a sense that they really want this connection. I think before they watched you on social media, it was easy for them to make you into something that you weren't. And they were so sure that they were going to find something on social media or something on the internet or just something negative about you. And when they couldn't, and they're still watching you and they don't realizing that they're comparing you to all these people that they're, having these surface relationships with and they're falling in love with you. They didn't realize they were never planning on catching feelings. So that's why things are changing. This person's used to being a lone wolf, again, and there's this person, like, again, there's a lot of sexual chemistry, like this person while they've been watching you. So it's almost like this person does not want you to leave them behind. They feel like they've wasted so much time being in separation from you. That's why, again, they're getting impatient. That's why they feel like, again, they're almost like they're not gonna think when they come to you. It's more like they're gonna react. They're just gonna wake up and be triggered and just come to you. They don't know when that's gonna happen. And if they really had to think about it, I don't think that this person would actually come to you because it's not something that they do. They tend to be an avoidant. But the problem is there's such an emotional force, like between you and them. Again, this is a spiritual connection. Even though they're conflicted about whether they have what it takes to be with you, because again, they did betray you in the past. They want a relationship. They're afraid that you will think that this is going to be a toxic connection, but but the thing is, it's like they really want a commitment. because again, they feel like there's a strong connection and they don't want you to move on. Again, move on. Everything like this person knows you are going to move on. I got move on, move on, move on. And so it's almost like this person's going to come to you and offer you a commitment. And I feel like they know that they have to offer like more than what they would ever offer anything. This person is not commitment, but it's a commitment person. But again, they feel like you're going to move on. They don't want you to move on. I mean, there's only so many cards in the deck. So, this person is gonna offer, and why? Oh, like again, why? Because again, it's like they don't want the rejection. It's again, you set boundaries, you know? And that's really what it is at this point. This person realizes they have no choice. I don't think that they thought that this was ever going to be a permanent thing. And what they're realizing is you're not coming back. So if they don't come to you, it will be a permanent thing. And like I said, they were not planning on having feelings for you, but they were watching you so much on social media, not being able to find anything on you that they wound up getting feelings for you. So, which is funny because they were never planning on getting any feelings. Now, this is a collective reading, so some of you guys will take this person back, some of you guys won't, you know, um, even though this person, I don't really feel like I don't feel like they gave enough, to you. They just downplayed the connection, but it was all out of fear. This person misses you, they feel you, they wish they could take it all back, they think the world of you, they love you. I will find my way back to you. I mean, the cards are what the cards are. It's like this person knows. It's like during that whole time in separation, they would have been comparing you. They've been waiting for you. And when they think about it, they're actually seeing that they have a lot of respect for you because they see that they weren't really offering anything. They didn't really treat you fairly. They weren't going to admit something like this. This is a lot for this person, for them to actually come back. It took a very long time for them to come to this decision. And but but you can guarantee that this person loves you because they've done everything to talk themselves out of this connection. They didn't want to be in this connection. So the fact that they're coming back and they have this strong feeling, believe me, they know what they want. Now we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? And you'll have free will to take this person back into your life. And we'll see. I mean, again, for those of you that are that are in a connection, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. So again, this is still this person, I think. Or I will find my way back to you one day. Wait a minute. Really? Really? Should we pull the same exact cards? Well, that's pretty crazy. We pulled the same exact cards. So it's almost like, again, it's almost like maybe you're mirroring this person. So maybe your perception of this person, or it's still this person's energy. And it's because you haven't made a decision. Let's pick a different deck altogether. Because that's just too crazy. Let's pick a different deck altogether. Yeah, I feel like, listen, there's part of you that wants to explore this. There's part of you that again feels the connection, a deep connection, so that even though this person wouldn't let you in, the fact that they're coming back and they're coming back as someone like a better version of themselves because they really know what they want. It's like you're like, no, I want to explore it. I want to explore it. Okay, so that's in this reading. Now it's a collective reading. So again, some of you will, some of you won't. Now, what we do see is again why you attracted this person into your life because the universe doesn't care whether you're with this person or not. What it cares is that you heal the spiritual blockages that you have that make you feel separate from the universe, separate from God. And the first card out is neglect. So we always look at the inner child wounds because again, it's those wounds that are subconscious because they happen in childhood. We may remember parts of the experience, might maybe, but we don't have a feeling one way or the other about it. So there's a little bit of disassociation. So this is why the experience plays out, you know? So card number two is protection, protection, green screen. Mhm. Fourth card out is time and attention, inner authority, abandonment, shame, crafts, and creativity. So those are, again, your inner child wounds. So when we see, why did you attract this person into your life? Well, psychological, emotional abandonment, time and attention tells us that. So, and also shame, not feeling good about yourself. And people feel like, again, shamed, it's like they're bad. So I feel like a parent didn't give you time, didn't give you attention. There was an emotional and psychological abandonment because that parent perceived you as being a problem. And that could be over anything. Maybe you were a bad student. Maybe you had learning problems. Maybe you hung around with the wrong types of kids. Maybe the things that you interest you, this person that your the parent didn't find acceptable. Again, there was some sort of abandonment. And sometimes the parent was shamed as, they were growing up and now they're so traumatized from not healing, they project a lot of that pain on to you. And I kind of feel like that's what happened. I believe that a parent was brought up by a parent that either fought in World War II, fought in Vietnam War, fought in, like, there was severe trauma. It's not like this parent wanted to be this way. It's that the parent grew up in a psychologically and emotionally imbalanced environment, then lived through an experience that was also traumatic. And so, you know, they projected a lot of their pain and anger out of fear. You know, shaming a child could be like, I want you to be a certain way because society says that that's a good way and that's going to make your life easier. When really it's like if we're true to ourselves, that's how. So if you were shamed, you wouldn't really be that confident to, express who you are, especially if you were shamed and you didn't get time and attention and you were neglected. And when you met this person, they didn't want to be with you. They didn't want to be in any relationship because of their trauma. So they neglected you. They did not give you time and attention, and it made you feel unwanted. So this person brought up a lot of abandonment issues for you, really, because they just, decided not to like entertain this. They were wrong. They didn't fix it. They thought that you were going to fix it. They waited so long. They didn't care what was going on in your life. It was about them kind of winning because of their fear and being avoidant. It's very easy for them to not think about it. It's their style. So it definitely triggered abandonment issues for you. But understand, like the unconditional love that this person has is really, if you choose to be with them, they're going to, like, you can see that they are going to make it up to you. You can tell by how the cards were, and it's almost like this person's terrified of losing you, and it's because, you know, they would feel horrible because they know that they were the ones that caused it. They just weren't ready. And so we have to say, well, what should you do again to transmute the negative energy? Because when you're in a connection like this with a person that, does this, yeah, you could be happy that they're coming back, but there's still energy. So how should you play it? Because every situation is karmic. We teach people how we want to be treated. And so remember, this person didn't know what they wanted. So to just take them back, is not really, I mean, you should if you want to take them back, but make sure that they're not the only thing in your life. you know, other passions, other hobbies, other interests, like, because if they abandon you and there was nothing there, well, that means that your cup wasn't full. So you have to fill your cup up all the way till it overflows so that when they come back, that they get a different version of you. So that they don't see that it's just that easy to just come into your life, that they're going to have to work for your time now. It's like because they did betray you regardless, that they weren't ready, they were scared. Like, yes, they're coming back and apologizing. If you're ready, and again, which it shows that you are, then that's it. And so Spirit says, use your passion to fight for what you believe in. Stand your ground. So if you want to be with this person, be with them. But again, hold to your boundaries. Don't lose yourself. Again, because there's limitless potential, is what Spirit's saying. It's like the only limits are the ones that you impose on yourself. So again, rise above, see beyond your immediate fears to get more insight, elevate your perception. And you can do that by releasing control, something that is very difficult when we're in a relationship because, again, relationships can trigger us. So if this is really a relationship that you're going to try to be in, then Spirit says, then don't try to control it. Just control yourself again and continue to fill your own cup up all the way. This person will figure it out. They'll work to be in your life. They'll prove themselves because they're ready. They weren't ready before. You know, we always have the opportunity to say no, but like I said, I feel like you're going to go with the flow in this situation because you want to. And we leave off with one message, and that is harmony. Open yourself to the divine being within you. You are an image of God. Have the power to bring light into your life, turn any darkness in you into something beautiful. In the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, find harmony. That's where you find harmony. There you go. All right, I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.